Hi guys, it is 9:20 or 9:21. Wednesday, August 13th. Nitra's here. Two N's and a new spelling as of last month. The funniest thing just happened. So, I forgot that I start my streams at 9:20 now. And I was listening to, the Black Veil Bride's Warp Tour performance recording, because, I'm never going to stop talking about that. And I was just watching it because since February I've listened to nothing else except Black Veil Brides and Andy Black, and so I'm watching their Warp Tour performance, and then it occurred, and then like one thought just led to another, and it occurred to me that, and then I remember they performed at 9:20, and I was looking at the time and I was like, hey, 9:20, that's when they performed, and then I was like, holy shit. This is when I said I would be streaming now, because it's a new change. I only started this on Monday because I'm insane and I think I'm so funny. I believe I am so funny. So, okay, cool. So yeah, I was watching a Warped Tour performance. Now, speaking of, let's see, these look very Black Veil Bride-ish, I think. My way, I guess. Ooh, Mia's hair looks promising. Anyways. So, yeah, I was watching the performance and I was looking at the time and I was like, hey, 9:20, that's when they performed. And then I realized that's when I said I would start streaming to honor the Black Veil Bride's performance in Warped Tour, Long Beach. Good times. I went by myself. I will never stop talking about that. Anyways, we're just playing Dead by Daylight, nothing special. Ever since I finished my personal perk challenge, I was like, well, thanks, Anthony. So I wasn't planning to go back and go over the new perks. I was just going, because my plan was to just let go of my schedule. But I think I've conditioned, this has been constant for like 2 years now. And so I've conditioned myself to stream every Monday, Wednesday night at 9:30 or 9:20, whenever. And so even if I do get rid of the schedule on my Twitch channel, I feel like every Monday, Wednesday at 9:30, I'm still going to be here. Or 9:20. I'm going to get used to that. 9:20 was when Black Veil Brides performed at Warped Tour, Long Beach. And I just thought it was a funny way to keep remembering that. And to remind everyone that I went there by myself. My first Warped Tour. And I went by myself just to watch one band. And they played at the very end of the night. So that was an experience. Anyways, let me look for a match. Let me try to find fog vials. Fog vials are fun. Okay, let's see. I don't want to spend too much on Leon because we're trying to level up Steve. Give me a fog vial. Of course I don't get a fucking fog vial on Leon. But I'll get it on Steve. That's the frustrating thing. But my name is September 30th, 1998. Let's see, if I put anonymous mode. There we go. And therefore, no one can judge me for having September 30th, 1998 on Steve. Steve has all the fog vials, and we're trying to level him up, so... Yeah, Steve gets all the fog vials. Good for him, I guess. Alright. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna keep forgetting that I have Divergent equipped, because I just think it's funny that I have Fog Vial, and then I would distract a killer. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Let's see, what else? What else am I supposed to talk about? Alright, I had another appointment with my psychologist today to go over more ADHD testing. I may have been misdiagnosed. Because according to the ADHD test that I took, they said I had to score 60, at least 60, to be positively diagnosed. And I scored 53. So I was almost there, but not quite. But I actually may have a higher chance of having autism. Because when I took the screening test for autism, the cutoff is 14, and I scored a 22 out of 44, I think. So, Jonathan, the fuck? Yo, Anthony, there's Jonathan. We got Daryl, Jonathan, Steve, and an original survivor. Renato Lyra, but I nickname him Sokka. Damn, that's crazy. So yeah, I have many symptoms of ADHD, but I guess not enough to be positively diagnosed with it. They said it could have overlap from my autism. So now I have to find another psychologist or a neuropsychologist, neuro something. Yeah. I need to find someone who specializes in adult autism and get tested for that, because I scored high on that and I didn't score high enough for ADHD, so that's funny. I'm just entertained by all this, and I think it's because I'm an adult and I already went through, you know, high school, college, all that, so this isn't really affecting me as much as I think it would have if I was a kid, you know, still in school. Because my main issue is I can't fucking write a book. That's the whole reason I went to college. You know, I majored in English. I want to be a novelist. I want to write books, right? By the way, I am looking for a match. We are all readied up. We're just finding a killer. I'm not just sitting here. Anyways, I want to write books. I want to write novels, but I have suffered writer's block ever since I graduated college. I graduated college 2019. It is 2025 right now. I have not finished a book, and I feel so ashamed of myself, and I don't know how to get over it. So my therapist and I are like trying to find ways to, you know, self-motivate me, because, you know, I'm a procrastinator. I do well with deadlines. I can get my work done if there's a deadline. The thing is, now with a novel, there is no deadline, and that's what's stressing me out, because I have all the time in the world and I'm not using it. But I came up with something that should help. Every Tuesday night, 9:30 on my Discord server, Anthony and I have been hosting movie nights. And the point of these movie nights is for me to set aside time to write and work on like my personal novel writing. Because the fact that I'm announcing I'm having a movie night, like, people may not join, but at least people are aware of it. And so I have this public accountability, you know, like, someone is going to expect me to stream a movie on Tuesday night. And whenever I stream a movie on Tuesday night, that's, I have to remind myself why I'm doing that in the first place. And that's so I have dedicated time to work on my novel. And it's worked. For the past couple weeks, it's worked. I've gotten writing done. And Anthony and I have been streaming, we started the beginning of this month. We've had, you know, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, so... This guy would not get off my ass. Fog vials aren't as powerful as I thought they were. Daryl. You could have committed. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, right, writing. So yeah, Anthony and I have been streaming, the the Dark Knight trilogy. We just finished. Yeah, we just finished this past Tuesday. And this upcoming Tuesday, I think we're planning to play the Batman with Robert Pattinson. So yeah, if you like Batman, I guess we're on a Batman streak. I think it's because the movies are so long that you know, 2.5 hours. That's plenty of writing time. I remember yesterday I was like, when is this movie over? I'm tired writing. So Anthony's asking, what's my least favorite movie in the Dark Knight trilogy? Probably the first one. Because, you know, the second one, that's when you introduce Joker. And, you know, you can't... it's not exciting without Joker. The Batman is different because, I don't know, I was really invested in the Batman movie, but Batman Begins, not so much. Anthony says Rises is his least favorite. Yeah, I can see why. That movie kind of dragged on, but then you have Jim Hawkins, you have Papa from Stranger Things, you have Venom, you have Littlefinger, you have all these actors and actresses that you recognize from like other projects, and it's funny. And I like the ending. I like the ending sequence with Alfred seeing Bruce and Selina together. That's cute. But I like Pattinson. Pattinson's my favorite Batman. Wow, can't believe that worked. Just gonna keep throwing pebbles and throw them off. So Anthony, what is your favorite overall Batman movie? Like, of all the Batman movies to exist, what's your favorite? Mine is The Batman, if I didn't make that clear enough. Wow. Anthony's favorite Batman movie, Dark Knight overall, but The Batman is close. Under the Red Hood is a great movie too. Does that feature Jason Todd? Is that the movie where he dies? Yeah, I should watch it sometime. Sometime. I need to read the comics that I impulse bought, so... yeah, I have a lot of issues with procrastinating and accomplishing simple things. Thanks, Jonathan. You're a real bro. I remember on Monday, I, like, played with a horrible Nancy. She bullied me as Steve, holy shit. For no fucking reason. Ah, shit. This guy hates Steve. At least I got a Survivor Challenge done. This guy fucking tunneled me. Wouldn't get off my ass, but that's why this game helps me feel wanted. Did I eat some good food today? I mean, in the office, a parent donated, like, Costco muffins and cookies, so I was eating that. And there was leftover banana bread that someone put out, and it was the end of the school day, and no one was gonna eat it, so I took the whole thing home. Which made my mom's day. Apparently my mom had a bad day at work, but then she loves banana bread, so she was so happy to see the banana bread that I stole. It's not really stealing if it's, like, out in the open and free for anyone to take, you know? So... yeah. Food. That's great. Mom used to make that. Yeah, my mom used to make it too, but then, I don't like banana bread. So, but I know my mom does, so I took it home for my mom. Anything for my mom. So that was game number 1, and... of course, that was a loss. On Monday, so what I'm doing, chat, what I'm doing now is I'm just playing a minimum of 5 games and seeing how I feel afterwards. Monday, I played 5 games and I lost every single one. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep playing until I win. You know, at least 1 game. So, but then for today, since I had a psychologist appointment, I didn't get to take my nap. And I am aging. I am getting old. I am no longer as young as I once was. And I need my afternoon nap in order to function. So I think I'm just gonna play 5 games and then call it a night. And then eventually I will gradually reach a point where I will just get rid of my streaming schedule overall and probably stop streaming. And so I'm no longer tied to a Monday, Wednesday schedule if I really don't have the time. I know there's like a handful of people that expect me, that are looking forward to my streams, and I appreciate it. But it's like, I don't know. What about all my fans? Anthony, I hate to break it to you, but I only have 2 viewers right now. Whoever the other viewer is, hi. Thank you for lurking. We accept lurkers here, you don't need to say anything, you're good. Oh my gosh, it's Monica! Hi. Thank you for being here. I don't know, I'm just here to entertain you all. And also, I guess, to vlog about my life. This is the closest thing I'll have to, like, a vlog. I update you all in my life twice a week. And you get to hear me ramble about everything. I hope I entertain you all. I'm not the most entertaining person. The thing about me is I'm so deadpan, you know? I'm so deadpan. Like, my voice is flat. It's like when it's giving Wednesday energy, you know? But then in real life, people have, like, commented on how they find amusement in my reactions or my lack thereof. Because, like, something could happen and my face is just like a blank slate. I mean, when I was in high school, I don't know if there are any ROTC kids in the chat. Oh, whole, huh? Thanks for joining the Leon Sub Kennedy Club. I appreciate it. But I don't know if there's any ROTC kids in the chat. But when I was in freshman, I made it onto Saber Team. I was the only girl. The closet is made of glass. I was not a pick-me girl. I wanted to be one of the guys, literally. About time I remembered. You're all good. You're all good. Ripley move. Okay. But yeah, I was part of Saber Team. And when you're part of Saber Team, you get an S name. You know, like, an S name is a... Oh, got a pet Maurice. It's a nickname that starts with an S, you know, and, it describes you, and, you know, nickname that starts with the letter S. And they gave me the S name Stoic, which was a new word for me. But they said that it's because I have no reactions to things, or I have no emotion. Like, I could be excited or angry or sad, and then, like, I'm stoic. And I took great pride in that. I took that as a compliment, because suddenly I was seeing that word everywhere. The word stoic was being used to describe Katniss and Tobias, you know, my favorite characters, my favorite fictional characters. Where am I going with this? We were talking about Saber Team. What was I talking about? Let's see, fans. Oh yeah, my reactions, right. And so, like, you know, when things happen to me, I just don't really have the most emotive face. I mean, like, if I'm really excited, being emotionless in my reactions. Okay, thank you. I think you and I, like, realized that at the same time, but the amount of time it took to type that out, and also for Twitch to send that message to me, took a while. But yes. So, yeah, I just don't express much. I mean, if I'm really excited, if I really like something, like me at a Black Veil Brides concert, yeah, I'll express emotions, but then, like, for daily things, like everyday things I don't really feel passionate or strongly about, I just don't react. I have this attitude of just being completely done with life. Let me help Lori out. Looks like she's being chased. The delay hurts. Yay, depression! Yeah! Yeah, it could be the depression, it could be the acceptance. Like, if something happens to me, I'm just like, oh, okay. You know? So I just have this certain level of acceptance when things happen to me. It goes hand in hand with how, like, sometimes I do impulsive things because I'm good at accepting consequences and dealing with the consequences of my actions, and I would rather know what happened and deal with the consequences instead of wondering forever what would have happened, you know? That's why I'm usually the first one making moves and telling my crushes I like them and I have a crush on them, and people have always called me brave for it. And, you know, bravery is one of the ongoing themes in Divergent, and I basically lived by that. Divergent influenced me a lot more as a teen than Hunger Games did, but not a lot of people recognize that because Divergent wasn't very popular in terms, like, compared to the Hunger Games. It was like second place under Hunger Games, but Hunger Games was always the more successful one, of course. And Katniss was just a much more recognizable character than Triss or Tobias. Like, I would just tell people, I like Tobias. I'm like Tobias. I am like Tobias. Tobias is a character I relate to more than Katniss. But then, Tobias isn't really recognizable. He doesn't really have any features except for a back tattoo. And as a teenager, I can't really get a back tattoo, and since I am also a girl, I can't really display a back tattoo. I'm counting this as a win, by the way. And so I stuck with Katniss, and, you know, just braiding my hair helped me. It helped with uniform regulation, because I was an ROTC kid, and, you know, we follow uniform regulation. And just having long hair, like hair that's long enough to braid, helped me put my hair up in a bun, which was their hair regulation back then, before they changed it. Anthony says the Divergent movies weren't great overall. Because yes, I can agree. Because the Hunger Games will always be superior because it is based on the theme of entertainment. The Hunger Games is supposed to be entertaining. That's why people like would dress up as capital people or as the, you know, the tributes. You know, everything. There's a certain Hunger Games aesthetic because the book literally rides on the theme of bread and circuses, like food and entertainment. It's meant to be entertaining. Divergent was more of like there wasn't really a plot. It was Triss living her life, trying to find out who she is, and then she gets caught up in this plot. And then this plot just escalates. And Triss wasn't meant to be the savior. She was just a protagonist that everything was being told from, you know, in her point of view. I mean, when I read Divergent, it stuck out to me because that was my first introduction to the idea of mental health. Mental strength. I called it holy shit. I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by the fact that we have a lobby of all Steve Harringtons. I feel like I should be screaming. Let's see, scene partner. That's one where you scream, right? Okay, yeah. I'm feeling it back.
Try using knives next time, where it's better for close encounters.
Thank you for that input, Leon. I mean, it's funny we're talking about Divergent because Divergent takes place in Chicago, and when we're back in Chicago, we feel it. Anyways, this is gonna be the dumbest game of the night. I'm calling it. This is gonna be the dumbest. Okay, anyways, what was I? Divergent, yeah. I mean, this was the year 2012, 13, 14. Divergent introduced the concept of mental strength because that was the second part of the Dauntless training. You know, physical combat, obviously. And then the next thing was mental strength, you know, facing your fears in the simulations. And you know, I lived by that. And then suddenly in 2016, mental health became such a hot topic, and I thought it's because of Divergent. I was like, wow, Divergent started a mental health thing. Which wasn't the case, but... Okay. Monica says the only thing good about Divergent was Theo James and Ellie Goulding on the soundtrack of the first one. Ellie Goulding! Holy shit. Yes, 100%. She carried that soundtrack. I will always feel nostalgic when I hear Divergent songs because of her. Holy shit. Anthony's asking who is casted better, Triss or Katniss. Katniss. There was a certain... It was... I preferred Saoirse Ronan as Triss. There's something about Shailene Woodley that traumatizes me. I think Saoirse Ronan would have been a better Triss. She was the #1 fan cast on, She was the #1 fan cast on Tumblr. I bamboozled the killer. Anyways, Beating Heart still a jam. I agree. I agree. Monica says still listen to Beating Heart too. It's part of my... I downloaded this song, but I've just listened to nothing but... I've listened to nothing but Andy Black. So, but I remember I met Veronica Roth. There was an author meet and greet back in October 2022. And on my drive home in the freeway, I was like... I, like, rolled my windows down in my car. I drove, like, 80 on the freeway, and I was blasting that song, because I was feeling it. I was feeling it. Oh shit, I was feeling it. Oh my gosh, we're just releasing the fog. It's like we're like letting out these giant farts. Anyways. Yeah, Beating Heart. 10 out of 10. Nostalgic song, but Divergent also carries its own pile of traumas for me, and you all know her name. You all know her name. But yeah, Divergent was a lot more influential on me as a kid, and it impacted me more personally than the Hunger Games did. Monica knows. But yeah, but yeah, okay, we talked about being emotionless. We talked about stoic. We talked about Tobias. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Oh, right. I'm trying to lead it back to my reactions on stream. So I don't have these extreme emotions to things, like, unless when I'm really passionate or excited about something. And so people would comment on, like, how I don't react, especially when I play horror games. I mean, some of my friends, when I first started streaming, they actually tuned in and watched a couple games. And they said it was funny how, like, these things are happening in Dead by Daylight. Like, I'm juking the killer and everything, and then I'm still like talking casually as if nothing's happening, you know. And I take pride in that. I take pride in the fact that I don't react as well as others, and it's funny. It's to some people it's funny. I mean, there are some people that find entertainment in people like Markiplier when they have like really exaggerated reactions to things. No, like, not really Markiplier. Markiplier's is more like genuine and funny. Sam and Colby have very over-exaggerated reactions in their ghost hunts. Markiplier is entertaining. And then I'm just more of like the, okay, yeah, this is happening to me, whatever, type of reaction. I had a point. I feel like I lost the point a long time ago. But, yeah, Divergent. Good times. And now I have Tobias's Dauntless tattooed in the back of my neck. So I think that's pretty cool. Sometimes I forget it's there. People ask me if the tattoo in the back, like, not really the back of my neck, it's like the bottom of my neck, the nape of my neck. It's like the top of my back, not exactly on my neck. Full circle, yeah. I am Tobias. I am 4, you know? People ask me if the tattoo hurts, and I was like, no, it doesn't really hurt. It just felt uncomfortable because, you know that feeling when someone is like near your spine and then you feel ticklish in your spine because someone's there but they're not exactly touching you, but your spine, your nervous system senses them. I had to deal with that for 2 hours. Like, my tattoo artist just, you know, because she's tattooing the back of my neck. And so my spine is feeling it and I have to hold still because she's tattooing me. So that was the only thing, but it wasn't painful. But also consider, I have a very high pain tolerance. So if people ask me, hey, did it hurt when you got tattooed there? I'm gonna say, no, it didn't hurt, but that doesn't mean it'll hurt for you, you know? So, like, same thing on my ankle. I got a drawing. I asked Andy Black to draw me a wolf, and I had it tattooed on my left ankle to commemorate you know, Warped Tour, because that's such a, like, what did Inside Out call it? Core memory. That's been such a core memory for me. Like, I felt like that was the climax of my year. It's what I've been building up to. Because, you know, like, just discovering Andy Black and Black Veil Brides back in February, listening to their songs every day, 24/7, for 6 months straight. And also at the same time that I discovered Andy Black was me going on my transmasculine journey And and you know, like me going on my trans-masculine journey, where Andy has been such an inspiration. Oh my gosh. We're all just screaming. This poor Legion. Anthony says Theo James' face tattoo would be crazy. I'm sure people have tattooed Theo James's face on them. I'm not a fan of face tattoos. Of course this Legion has no one escapes death! Holy shit, no way, no! No way! We will all die together, Steve? Excuse me? Hold on, chat. I need a lock in. This was the dumbest game I've ever played, and I can't believe I escaped. I feel like of all the games, this is the one I shouldn't have escaped this. I shouldn't have. Oh no! Steve, no! Steve, no! Right at the exit gate too. Damn. I'm stupid. Anyways. What was the chat up to? Yeah, a Theo James face tattoo would be crazy, but people have crazy tattoos. I'm going back to Calm Spirit. I don't like screaming. Actually, I don't like Steve screaming. I scream sing. I've taught myself how to scream sing just so I can sing along to Andy Black, or yeah, Andy Black's songs, Black Veiled Brides. Yeah. Anthony says meaningful tattoos are cool, but getting a random dumb tattoo would be cool too. I mean, it's consider how expensive that would be. And that you're gonna live with that for the rest of your life. And if you don't want to live with it for the rest of your life, you gotta pay for like laser removal. So, yeah. Monica says the Steve sound like crows. They're actually called Steagulls. Like seagulls, but Steve. That's the ongoing meme. On Dead by Daylight communities. The Steagulls. Steve of Crows. Steve sounds like a toddler whining. There's just something about his scream that's, like, entertaining. So we got Steve screaming, and then we got Leon moaning, like he's getting sucked off by Ada in the locker, you know what I mean? Anyways. I've been talking about so many things. Right, my ankle tattoo. It didn't hurt. I felt a pinch. Like, it pinched a little bit. But it didn't hurt as much as I wanted it to. And that's a very concerning thought. Leon really does sound like he's getting sucked off in a locker by Ada. I'm glad we can agree on that. And yeah. I want to get tattooed again. I'm really feeling it. Like, I'm looking at Andy Black's tattoos, and I feel like by the time I get one, he has like 3 new ones. And I'm like, Andy, I'm trying to catch up. But I don't think I'm gonna ever catch up. That boy has money to spend, and I don't. Loop the boon. Use the boon. Yeah, I guess I'm using scene partner, because this is what's expected of me. I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Yeah. Anthony says get a Leon tattoo or a Narnia tattoo. Gotta read the Narnia books. I have all 7 books on Audible. Congrats. I mean, I do have a Narnia tattoo. Rendon. The sword. The sword that I named my dog after. It's on my left forearm. Fun fact for everyone, I'm an ambidextrous archer, which means I can shoot with the same level of accuracy with either my right hand or my left hand. And I think that's a crazy skill. Can Hawkeye do that? I'm just wondering. Anthony, Hawkeye, Green Arrow, you know, these superhero archers, are they ambidextrous? Can they shoot with either arm accurately? Because I shoot well with my right hand, and I can shoot just as well with my left hand. And I think that's a superpower. That has to be a superpower. Okay, Monica says, I need to rewatch Stranger Things. I don't remember these quotes at all. No, the back in Chicago is from the song End of the Beginning. Anthony says, me too in a way. I brush my teeth with my right hand. Well, not like that. I can brush my teeth with either hand too, but like archery, it's a fucking skill by itself. Imagine being able to like both hands. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, Skull Merchant's gonna be impossible to beat. Shit! What the f- Okay, whatever. Whatever. Lady, make up your mind. I'm getting dizzy. Let's see. Yo, I'm trying to talk about my superpower! You're not answering my question! Can Hawkeye or Green Arrow or some kind of superhero archer, can they shoot with either hand? Are they ambidextrous? Like, a Hawkeye is a right-hand shooter, I think, or left, whatever. Can he shoot with both hands? Can Kate Bishop do that? Can Green Arrow do that? You know, like... He said, yeah, they are. Oh, that's what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about, yeah, they are crazy. Like, that is a crazy... Okay, so I'm on the same level as Hawkeye and Green Arrow. I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero. I have superpowers, but I'm not a hero. I'm a supervillain. My other superpower is that I have very strong intuition. Where I have really strong gut feelings about things, and if I ignore them, I suffer. But yeah, and I told my therapist it's like That's So Raven, where it's like I have no control over it. Like it occurs randomly, but I will get very intense feelings about things. And the last time I felt that was to go to Warped Tour. because going to Warped Tour was a very, very last minute decision. Like, it was gonna take place Saturday and Sunday. I just decided to go Friday night at 8 p.m. and I was Friday night, 8 p.m., the night before the event. I was looking for tickets and I was packing up what I already have on hand and winging it. So, but I had a really good feeling about it. I had a really fucking good feeling about it. And I'm so glad I went because, like, looking at that, looking at the recording on YouTube, I knew I was gonna regret not going if I didn't go. Anthony says I'm an anti-hero. I guess that's Ada vibes, right? Monica says definitely an anti-hero. Cheez-Its are the best snack. Alright, Anthony's turn. My turn to answer Anthony's question. My favorite snack right now, I would say, are Oreos. Oreo Thins.
Good boy. Predictable.
Why did you call me a good boy for liking Oreos? Yeah, I am an anti-hero. I have a very... I don't know. I wouldn't say a questionable moral compass. It's like... Because I'm like, do whatever you want with your own life as long as you're not hurting yourself or others. But then I'm also like, vengeance upon your enemies and anyone who has ever wronged you, crush them into the ground. You know? So I understand that's like mixed signals. But my archery kids love me. And I feel like if my kids love me and they want me to come back and they look forward to seeing me each year, like, I can't be that bad of a person. You know, it's like Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope. You know, it's like, if that kid likes me, how bad can I really be? You know, or it's like, oh, right, I'm bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me. Yeah. Should probably get that tattooed on me. Oh my gosh. Oh, we have one more gen left. We're doing good, team. We're good. We're doing as well as we could. Anthony likes Cheez-Its. Oh. Y'all made me mess up. Right now, it's hot Cheeto fries. Can't argue with that. Why did everyone go down? Oh, right. I still had my tracker on. Well, this is not my last hook is a thing, but Skull Merchant is a very tricky killer to go against. You should get a tattoo of lots of... Why the fuck would I do that? And also you said I should get a Leon Kennedy tattoo. There was a tattoo artist. I liked her style. And Leon Kennedy is one of her flash tattoos. Flash tattoos means like they already made the design. It's not custom, and they usually come in cheaper, you know? It's like if you need to pick something, then... Yeah, the thing is I just don't know where I would put Leon. I'm thinking my thigh, but that's also very weird. I don't really like faces, human face tattoos. Unless it's a very specific style, just because it's weird when the body moves and then you contort the face, you know, and I don't really like that, so... Okay, we have 1 gen, but I don't think we will be able. We're just releasing fog. Monica says get a badge with like his number. I don't think Leon is that detailed that he has a cop badge number. If anything, a couple years ago I was considering getting Ada's butterfly tattoo. I'm gonna hide in here like a dumbass. Then go back inside and get work done. Anthony, you should get a tattoo of Carlos's face. I did not need the Adagasm for that. Okay, Yui should be going for the save. And I'll go back here. I'm sorry, I'm locking in because I have hope. And hope is a dangerous thing. I also can't believe it's Wednesday. Like, tomorrow's Thursday. That movie night stream on Tuesday really helped speed up my week. So... I think the killer's gonna sneak up on me. What's the next movie? Oh, upcoming next is The Batman. We are binging all the Batman movies. Not really all of them. It's just like, these movies are long. So, these movies are long, so it gives me a lot of writing time, because, you know, the point of these movies is for me to, like, have a lot of time for writing. Oh my gosh! This is a load of bullshit. I wish I had Unbreakable. If I had Unbreakable, my gosh, I would have escaped. The next one is The Batman, with Robert Pattinson. I don't know if I already answered that. I was distracted by whatever bullshit is going on. Oh, okay, I did. Okay, I was trying to lock in, and then my teammates just disappointed me in the most depressing way. If I had Unbreakable, imagine. Just imagine. Ugh, whatever. Yeah. Oh, right, the reason we went with the Batman movies is because people like the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy, and also the movies are long enough that it gave me, like, you know, a reasonable amount of time to, to, like, write and work on stuff, so. If the hatch spawns, I'm gonna be so grateful. Didn't spawn near me. I have no perks that will save my life. See, I'm not worried about Steve dying in Stranger Things Season 5. Just because I'm so desensitized to him dying all the time in Dead by Daylight. What game is this? I haven't been tallying. Is this my third game? I hope it is. I'm putting up an ad. See you all in 1 minute 30 seconds. Yeah, poor Steve. He's fine. He'll be fine. His plot armor is crazy, is the thing. Three? I don't know. We'll say that's my third game. And then this one right here will be my fourth game. And then I'm just gonna reach 5 and sleep, because I didn't have my nap today, because I had a psychologist appointment. Monica, I don't think you were here for this, but I may have been misdiagnosed with ADHD. I mean, the psychologist sounded so confident after my initial appointment, but then he made me take all these tests, and according to the test results, I guess you needed to score at least 60 to be positively diagnosed with ADHD. And I scored a 53. So I have a lot of symptoms, I guess, but not enough. So yeah. But they did say I might have a higher chance of having autism, because the cutoff score is 14 out of 44, I think. I think 42 or 44. And I scored 22. So I have that going for me. Let's see. I just want Steve to live to the last episode. They probably will kill him off in the last episode, and then it's gonna fucking suck. And then the series is gonna end, and we're not gonna have any time to process it. And suddenly, it's New Year's night. Not New Year's Eve. It's gonna be New Year's Day. Hooray. Anthony says he thinks Steve will survive. Now, Steve has... Wow, Anthony, look, it's your boy. It's your boy, Carlos. Monica's asking, so I have autism, not ADHD. Well, I have a high chance of having autism, because I was screened for it. But, I need to see a neuropsychologist to like be properly diagnosed. Because like this screening is like, yeah, the signs are there, but we need to study it more, I guess. So I'm not officially diagnosed with anything, I guess. I have a lot of symptoms of ADHD, but I don't have it. But I have a pretty high chance of having autism. Which it makes a lot of sense, because when I like something, I am hyperfixated the fuck out of it. Sounds fancy. Yeah! And, you know, it's just personal things. I just want to learn these things about myself. I'm not in school, so it's not gonna affect me in school. I'm just like, why can't I write my damn novel? You know, that's the only thing I want to accomplish right now in my adult life. Like, I want to write and finish a novel. Especially the one I've been working on since 2018. It's 2025. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, it would be great. It would be great if I could get my novel published by Andy Black's publishing house, Knives and Pens. I know he started that himself just so he can publish his own horror books. But I feel like my books can be published under Knives and Pens. I mean, I have knives and pens in my room, you know? And, like, my stories are about vengeance. You guys know this about me. I'm a very vengeful person. And so my stories are about vengeance and stuff, and so is his books, you know, horror and, you know, all that supernatural stuff. And I feel like Andy and I should, like, you know, talk about it, and I'd be like, hey Andy, can you publish my book, please? You know? Anthony says that Wednesday can't finish her novel either. What a fucking shame. Why can't Wednesday finish her novel? Is there a reason for it? Is she just distracted by all her adventures happening around her? Or is there an actual reason she can't finish? Trapper? In this day and age. Wow, why is he walking fast? Just two dumbasses, together. Right, Anthony? I think, Anthony says, I think she wants her novel to be like 2,000 pages. I don't care about page number as long as I get everything that I want written down, you know? But my story is very complex. Like, there's so much, like, there's so many underlying things. It's just a matter of, like, how do I weave this together in a way that's cohesive and will fit and flow, you know? Wow! It's all Carlos's fault. Carlos is always innocent. Okay, man, whatever you say. Okay. Let's work on this gen right here. My teammate can leave Trapper away. Can work on this. The thing is, I've already spent like 2 weeks accepting that I had ADHD, you know? And I was like, oh, I guess this is part of me, part of my life, you know? But, and then I had my second appointment and they're like, oh, according to your test results, you have many symptoms, but you don't have enough to be positively diagnosed with it. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess. Anthony's asking, who's my celebrity crush right now? Not Andy Black. Andy Black is not a crush. He is a role model and an inspiration to me. Who am I crushing on? Jenny Gardner. Jenny Gardner. Monica says, couldn't you still have it, and because you're being diagnosed late in life, you're masking symptoms? That could probably be it too. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. That's why I need Anthony to take my the observer test. The observer test is like a second opinion, basically. It's supposed to be taken by someone who knows me really well, and I feel like Anthony has seen a lot of the different ranges of my behavior. So Anthony, I need you to take that test. I know you took it once and you had issues with it, and my psychologist said you should take it again, so I can schedule my next appointment. Okay, I see flashes going on at a distance. Is it safe to like work? Oh my gosh. So yeah, Anthony, I sent you the link. Take the test again, please. Because if your answer, like, I guess you'll see if your answers, how different or how similar, it is. Because you're, like, answering according to me. Like, what did you observe in me? You know? And so it's like having a second opinion. I think also part of me is like knowing what I have will help me adjust to like what I need to do, because I remember ranting about this 1 or 2 weeks ago, where it's like just because I have ADHD or autism or whatever doesn't make me incapable. It just means I have to do things differently than other people. Like, you know, with writing a novel, like the fact that I'm putting up a movie, you know, I'm hosting movie nights, and it's just so I have this public accountability. I'm announcing something to, you know, my followers on Discord, and like, even though they don't join, if I don't pull through with my words, someone might say something, you know? And so it's like, see, for Dark Knight Rises, it was just me and Anthony. I'm just being dumb. Anthony, this is you and me. This is what me and Anthony do in Dead by Daylight. We just act dumb together. Okay, we gave her a shot in life and she wasted it. I'm done. I survived! Yay! Wow, that was game number 4. I get to play one more game and hope it's a good one. Oh man. Okay, someone asked me questions. I'll answer anything. Or just say a random word and I'll ramble about it. I'm gonna believe I still have ADHD because I've accepted it. It also makes sense, the fact that I can like jump from one topic to another and then lose my train of thought. And the fact that I can also multitask, you know. Oh wait, I'm playing as Leon. I don't need to go anonymous mode. There we go. And yeah. I'm playing one more game. I'm tired. I didn't take my nap this afternoon, so I am running very low on fumes. I mean, I've been streaming for 1 hour, 13 minutes. Time check, it is 10:34. So, yeah, that checks out. Because I start at 9:20 now, not 9:30. Oh, Monica, I'm not sure if you were there, or if you were here earlier. It was funny. So, I forgot that I told myself that I would start streaming at 9:20 in honor of, you know, Black Veil Brides performing at 9:20 in Warped Tour. So it's funny, I got out of the shower and I was like, wow, I have so much spare time. And I'm just like watching the performance recording video on YouTube, and I was jamming out and everything. And then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, 9:20. That's when they performed. And then it clicked and I was like, holy shit, I'm supposed to stream at 9:20. I saw he started at 9:21. Yeah, that was after I had a moment of panic. You're watching. No, you're good. I've trained you all to be here at 9:30. And so the 9:20 change, it messed me up too. And so, like, yeah, I was watching the Black Veil Brides Warped Tour performance on YouTube, you know, the recording. And I was jamming out, I was having a good time. I'm like, yeah, that was a good time. And then I just glanced at the time to see how much time I had left, because I was like, I was counting down to 9:30. And then I was like, oh yeah, 9:20. That's when Black Veil Brides performed. And then I realized that's when I was supposed to stream now. So I was like, oh, holy shit. So I hurried to set up everything. I launched the game, I locked my door, set up my mic, and that's why I started at 9:21. Yeah. Anthony said, what's your least favorite Star Wars movie besides Rise of Skywalker? I'm gonna say This is gonna be a hot-ass take. I'm gonna say Empire Strikes Back. I think that movie's overrated. Actually, you know, I'm not gonna get canceled tonight. Solo. I think Solo, I rank Solo just one up above Rise of Skywalker. Because Solo was a fun movie. There was no point to it. There was no point to it. But it was a fun and entertaining movie, and I can appreciate that. And Monica's asking, why would I do that to all of us? Because I want you all to remember that Black Veil Brides performed at 9:20 p.m. at Warped Tour at Long Beach. And I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. And so now you all remember that. Oh my gosh, it's RPD! We are gonna end this night with a fucking bang. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at that crow. Holy shit. Guys. 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 We're at the RPD station. I'm home. I'm home. Okay. We have Andy Black has blessed us. He has blessed me with my favorite map. I don't know what Andy Black has to do with it, but I was talking about him too much, and here we are. Here we are. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fucking night. I don't even care if I win or die. I get to play on my favorite map that I never get to see because the map offerings don't do shit anymore. Warped Tour was such a core memory. Because I felt like everything in my life was leading up to it. You know, like listening to Andy Black and Black Veil Brides back in February. Me going on my trans-masculine journey, which helped me be more confident in like going out and doing things by myself. Why is he so fucking fast? And it's like everything I've been working towards, you know, throughout this past year has led up to me going to Warped Tour by myself. At least all 3 of my teammates are on gens. That's a very comforting thought. But then they're all on that side of the map, so we're gonna be completely fucked and we're gonna regen ourselves. But yeah, that's always going to be a core memory for me, because I went by myself, and you guys have to understand, I used to be the type of person that needed someone to come with me. You know, I needed the buddy system. So, like, even just going to Target or a grocery store, getting food, I would ask, like, my brother, my mom, a friend, like, hey, can someone come with me? And if no one can come with me, I wouldn't go, because my social anxiety was that fucking horrible. And so, and then suddenly I'm going to Warped Tour, a music festival, which I have never been to before, in a city that I've never been to before. And I did that completely by myself, and I took a lot of risks. And I was there for like 10 hours. Like, I got there 10:30, but I didn't enter the event because I was waiting for the people, you know, with my ticket, and they didn't get there till 11:30. And then Black Veil Brides wasn't performing until 9:20, so I was there for like a long fucking time. It is brave. Thank you. I know. I've been called brave for many things, and I take pride in it. But yeah, it's like I've been working towards it. It does take bravery. It does take work, because I don't normally do this shit. Anthony says he finished the questions right now. Oh, did you submit the form and everything? And you wrote down the right information, right? Like in the screenshot I sent you? Would you go to something like Horror Nights alone? If I had no choice, yes. And I would go just to flex. I would go to Horror Nights alone just to flex if I really had no one else to go with me. Oh my gosh, he didn't see me. I'm so good at this game. Shit. I suck at this game. Shit, I suck at this game. At least people are getting gens done. You submitted it, so what was the issue last time? Jeez. Okay. She distracts him, and I go for the save. We have one gen left, guys. Anthony asks, would I be sad if Leon died in Resident Evil 9? He better get a fucking kiss or I love you from Ada first. Actually, I don't think Ada would let Leon die. I don't think they'll kill off Leon. He's too beloved. Ada will kiss Leon as he's dying like Ben and Ray. If I have to relive Raylo with Leon and Ada, I am going to lose my fucking shit. Like, why would they do that to me? I am just barely getting over how that traumatized me and made me depressed back in December 2019. And now you're telling me there's a chance I'll have to go through that pain again. Oh, he saw me because I was standing up. I was being dumb. Well, I deserve that. I was being dumb. Because I was hoping he would be dumber. Well, at least we reached 1 gen. These teammates are competent. I can't complain. I was on my favorite map that I rarely get to see. And, yeah. I mean, that's it. I'm sorry, y'all. I am low on fumes. I just barely made it halfway through the first week of school. So, I'm sorry I'm not at 100% right now. Next week, I should be getting my shit together. So, yeah, 9:20. 9:20.
Time to go.
No, Leon. Yes, Leon, it is time to go. But yeah, 9:20 in honor of Black Veil Brides performing at 9:20 p.m. at Warped Tour in Long Beach, which is a core memory of mine. Like, this is my favorite memory. Like, watching Black Veil Brides perform, and I was near the front, too. I was near the front. This memory is my favorite memory, and it goes above seeing Ben Barnes' concert back in January. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, Ben. But, Andy, I had a much better experience watching Black Veil Brides. And also I knew the songs, so I was able to sing along to, like, I think just 8 out of 9 of them. Or maybe there were 8 songs. There was only one song I wasn't able to sing because it wasn't part of my normal playlist, but I was able to sing along to every fucking song, and I was rocking out. I had the time of my life. So it was above me watching Ben Barnes, and it was above meeting Kylo Ren at Disneyland during Star Wars night. Like, that's how much I love this memory, that experience. But anyways, thank you all for hearing me ramble and for checking in on me in the middle of this week. If you're one of my archery kids, I hope the first week of school is treating you okay. And y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday, August 18, 9:20. 9:20 in honor of Black Veil Brides. Okay, sweet dreams. Don't let the zombies bite.